Hello everybody, it's time for another GHS update. Well, today our topic is engagement. What does it really mean to be engaged with my classes? So here we go. Engagement means, am I participating? Am I communicating with my teacher? Am I attempting the work at home? Am I thinking about what's being asked of me? And most importantly, am I responding? Am I turning something in? If I don't understand something, am I contacting my teacher? That can be phone, email, something in Canvas, discussion boards, turning in assignments. Engagement means, am I attempting to do my work? Now here's the next piece. How am I engaging? Does my answer say IDK, like I don't know? Or is my answer something like, well, I think, or from the best of my knowledge, or what I can research, or whatever is appropriate. In math, it may be, here's part of what I know how to do, but I can't figure out the rest of it. Will you contact me at, and you give a phone number or an email. Students, most of you, not all of you, but most of you have your own cell phone device. If you're not hearing back from your teachers, you need to reach out to them, email me and say, quit calling my mom, will you call me? And give us your cell phone number. Parents, if you're listening to this, we have many safeguards in place to ensure that your student and teacher are exchanging in a proper fashion. Our teachers are using Google Voice, and all of those conversations are monitored and so forth. So we have a way to protect you and your student as well. In a time like this, communication is key. Students, if you are a successful student and you get it and you get your assignment on Monday and the week happens and you turn in your assignment on Friday, that's engagement for some of you as well. So remember, engagement looks very different for every single student here at Grandview High School. Grading is the big one right now. At the high school level, ladies and gentlemen, it's about earning credit. Okay, so I want to talk about this for a minute. At this point, we are asking you to stay engaged and you will earn credit. Think about that for a minute. Stay engaged and you will earn credit. At the end of this, I'm going to do a little bit of a question and answer. So some of you may be going, well, what about my scholarships? What about my GPA? What about going to college? So bear with me just for a minute. Let's talk about grading and earning credit, and I'll answer some of those questions at the end. Let's talk about attendance. Attendance, as we had at Grandview High School and me yelling you get to class or you're tardy or where you've been, is not what we're going to see right now. Attendance is staying engaged, responding to emails, doing those kinds of things, turning your work in each week. That's how we will know you are, quote, in attendance, right? Okay, so that's that one. I want to talk about these infamous packets. Remember, everybody, it's a white envelope that comes home each week versus graded work. Some students are at home and are really kind of bored and would like something to do. So the packets are going to continue. But that is not the graded work. Okay? So especially for those of you at homes where you have multiple range of ages of students at home. Some of the littles in kindergarten, first and second, they're going to be practicing their letters and they're going to be reading and doing different things. At high school, you're going to have a lot different work. So your packet is there as a resource. Maybe it's something to use to talk about at the dinner table or something like that. So I want you to make sure that you understand the envelope, or what some are calling the packet, is not graded work. Your graded work will be posted through Canvas, and that is what is to be turned in. Once again, we want to make sure that if you cannot get your work through Canvas because you are lacking Wi-Fi connectivity or computers, you need to reach out to us. We are putting together a list of students who do not have Wi-Fi or connectivity. Excuse me. That connectivity is the issue. Not issue sounds bad. That connectivity is what we're going to have to manage in this next 3 or 4 or 5 days to make sure we're getting every student the work that they need. So you have got to reach out to your advisor. We are putting together a list of those that need different forms of work. And those may be on a thumb drive that you plug into your computer, and then you reload your assignment back onto the thumb drive and you bring it back. Some of you, that may be paper. Every situation is just a little bit different, and we're going to do our best to manage that. Now, there's been this conversation about Wi-Fi, and I want to talk a little bit about that. I am not an expert. I do not work for Spectrum or T-Mobile or Pocket iNet or any of them. But I'm going to say, within reason, most of those services, if they're in your area, have some form of student support. And so if you're in the Spectrum area and you don't have Wi-Fi or even TV at home, you can call them and they will have us packaged for student. If you have cellular devices at home but you have a really low data plan, you need to call them and ask about the student unlimited data plan so your students can use those devices as what's called hotspots. Now, parents, this may be out of your norm and out of your language. Let your students help you. This is where trust comes in. And if you have any doubt, call me and I will try and put you in place with the right place. Give you some information to put you in with the right people. And finally today, I wanted to talk about some of those questions. One of the questions that's asked is, if I get credit, but I don't get a grade, what does that do to my GPA and how does that get me into college? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take just a deep breath. We have almost 6 weeks of school left, and I don't know the exact answer to that question yet. I do know you're going to get credit if you are engaged in the work. So if you're a sophomore or junior, no, you're not going to have to take this class again or anything like that. If you are a student that's wanting to go to, I don't know, you're wanting to go to Harvard and you are worried about this class you're taking and you don't want to pee on your transcript, we're going to work with you to make sure you get that A on your transcript so that it doesn't impede you meeting some of your life's goals. If you're a student who's wanting to go to trade school or do something, we're not going to do anything. It's called no harm or held harmless. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you are, quote, whole at the end of this pandemic. I just need you to trust us just a little bit and give us a little time to figure that out. For those of you that are worried about right now, seniors, scholarships, and transcripts, most of you have received some of your scholarships already and have been accepted to your colleges. I have been on many, many meetings where the state, if you're in a Washington State college, and many other colleges for that matter, they know that it's going on right now and you've sent off your first transcript and they've accepted you based on your amazing work that you've done so far. And they're not going to take your acceptance away because of the pandemic. But we will make sure that your transcript shows what needs to happen. The other question I guess is asked a lot is, what about my state tests? The state tests are a non-issue for this year at all. And for those of you that are juniors are saying, well, I was supposed to retake it. And what about next year? Just bear with us just a little bit. Let us wait until we hear from the state. So those are the questions that I had brought up to me for this video. Please, if you have any more, you can send them off to me and I will make sure that they're in our next video that comes out to you. Thank you, everybody. It's a great day to be a hound.